DJ 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍.
Are you ready? Oops. I was watching the wrong screen there. Hold up. So there we go. There we go. Maybe. Good. Check one. Check. Why do I look so pale? What's happening today? We're back for some live insider trading. It's 2026, and the only kind of trading I think that works anymore is insider trading. So we're gonna insider trade. We're gonna figure out how to do that live together. First, we'll powwow. We'll brainstorm. Maybe we got to get elected to some kind of office first. Maybe we have to be a billionaire first. That's easy. That's fine. We'll do that. And then we'll just insider trade. Crazy world we live in. Absolutely crazy. We're jamming to some tunes. Markets aren't really moving. There's not too much happening today. Of course, crypto. Just where we left it. Looking at S&P. Indices continuing to fall. Pretty in line. Pretty in line with what we've seen over the last few days, weeks, whatever. S&P just crumpling on down. Maybe the first signs of reversal. Maybe. This could be a little reversally. We'll check that out in a bigger time frame in a little bit. I don't know what to look at today. I need your help. What is the go-to? Gold playing out as we've been talking about, kind of as we expected. Hitting lower lows, painting some very bearish structure. What was that, Monday? And into the rest of the week, we were looking for a bounce. Basically. Sweep the liquidity of the low. Paint the lower low and now float back up. Get traders on the wrong side of the trade. And basically retest probably the descending trend line from our high, something like that. Longer it takes, the lower it is. Be back to 5,000. See if you can paint a higher high, and if not, well, just follow the lows down, right? Gold retracing. While the war is, I don't really know, because to my knowledge, the war was over. Wait, no, it wasn't a war, and then it was over, and then it would be over in 48 hours, and then it's over, and then the strait is open, and now the strait is opening. So we're somewhere. This is what I do know. We're somewhere between we're after the start, and we're not at the end yet. So we're somewhere vaguely in that range, somewhere between the beginning and the end. And gold apparently not acting as the hedge asset. You know, I like to throw this out mostly to get back at people for saying it about Bitcoin. I like to throw this out. It is not really a good faith argument, but people constantly say it about Bitcoin, and we can point here at gold as well. It's like, well, the war is going on, the conflict's going on. Why isn't gold acting like a store of value? Why isn't it hedging the chaos, right? People say that all the time. The answer is you're way too zoomed in. You're just way too zoomed in here. Something that is a store of value or a hedge against whatever does not mean the minute something happens, it goes inverted. That doesn't mean like when the second, the day, the week that it happens, the asset's going to move the other way. That's not what it means. You have to look at the bigger picture. This applies to Bitcoin in the past, and people have said it also in gold. While gold has performed really bad once the conflict started, gold spent a lot of time moving up. It doubled since like 23. This is it acting as that store of value. This is it acting as that hedge. The more local price action, not as important. But it is interesting that gold can't seem to find strength at the time where it's supposed to, right? That's why we have to turn to insider trading. Nothing works. Nothing at all works anymore. You heard Trump has space lasers? Well, that's pretty cool. Maybe Trump, he has the opportunity to do the best thing ever. He could put on like the world's greatest rave with space lasers, and it could be a global rave. And maybe that would solve the oil crisis. And probably then Iran would be like, yo, you're a cool dude, so we're also not going to continue doing this. And we're just going to give up. And you know what? Also, you can just have the Strait. You can have the Strait and all of our oil, because that was the best rave ever. You know, I will stick by this. I said this a long time ago. It's really hippy-dippy. But if you got all the world leaders in a room and you gave them our good friend Molly, put them all in a room, maybe some fungus as well, the world would change the next day. Even if you did it with all the billionaires, the world would change the next day. We wouldn't be doing these wars. People would be like, man, we got way more important stuff to deal with. So that's simple. We're never gonna do that. Never gonna happen. You can get your glow sticks ready. Yeah, space lasers. What's up, Randy? Gold is old. Yeah, gold is old. Gold's real old. All the gold, really, it's older than you think. Gold comes from the core. Of a supernova star creating dense elements. So gold is like billions of years old. I almost said trillions. That's silly. Billions of years old. It's really old. But it's performed great. So I want to talk shit on it. I want to. But you can't. It's performed awesome. From 22, from the bear market bottom. You know, I'm seeing this and I'm realizing it didn't perform quite as well as I thought. It performed great for gold. What is up, my friend? I don't know how to say your name. But what is up? Thanks for subscribing. Be like that guy. Keep subscribing. Hit the like button. I'm looking at it and I'm realizing gold actually didn't perform as great as I think. It performed really well for gold and by gold's historic metric, I'll say. But from the bear market low, and I'll say end of 22 to its high in January, 250%. Definitely not a bad return. Great return for that time. But other assets, even Bitcoin, which has been doing terribly, been doing awfully, actually did way better, right? 15,000 to 120, that's 700%. Gold would be like right here, kind of like right about here, right about, yeah, like 56K. Something like that if we had the same return on Bitcoin as gold. Roughly about where it is now after falling 50%, roughly, to the gains of gold over that time. Stocks, man, I don't know. What do you think about stocks? Circle, we'll look at Circle. Bones Jones here for another banger. What's up, man? Your Dexy that we were looking at for you Monday. Guess we were right about being close to the short reversal. It must have heard. Trump's global space laser rave coming in 2 weeks. I don't know. Coming right before midterms. Right before midterms. What's up, Posty? Yep, we're insider trading here. It's the only way to do it. You know, we talk a lot about different trading concepts. We have a whole free trading course on this channel with dozens of awesome free educational content. It seems like right now, though, the most important concept would be insider trading. We need to have privileged information before others so that we can make these trades before everyone else. How do we do that? We're powwowing. We're brainstorming here. What's up, Inbo Sheriff? How you doing, man? Brendan, BTC Amir, CBK, David B. Cheers, David B. Luke, Bobby Fresh, Randy, Skatecrow. You are suspicious to me. Yes, you are. What's up, Pickles? These streams, they've been chilling. People are checked out. I don't think it's even just like crypto, though. I think it's markets. I think people were really into markets, especially in 2021. But that fever kind of continued and bled into 22, 23, 24, probably even 25, and now into 26. It feels like just retail capitulation on interest in trading, which is probably a good thing overall. Probably a good thing. I think people who were here in the trading space to speculate, a lot of them have moved to prediction markets or to sports betting. I think that's the big migration. Cohen made a good, strong case for Bitcoin bleeding off through summer, starting to dump in April. I don't know what case he made, but it sounds like it's just like the 4-year cycle that we've experienced, that we expect, right? I just heard someone scream outside. All right, well, hopefully they're not dead. Locked in, baby. Massive manipulation. Well, that's all markets. That's the thing. That's the joke. That's our insider trading quest that starts today. We're becoming an insider trading channel. I just decided it's, we got to do what's successful. We got to stay dynamic like all good traders. Can't just continue doing the same things and expect to have different results. So I guess we're going to have to like run for office, raise it like millions and millions of dollars, get elected into a position that has this privileged information, get onto the councils specifically with that privileged information, and then execute trades before everyone else. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. It's our new strategy. And once we master it, we will make a bunch of free videos about it, and then sell a course for like $50,000 a person on how to do it. And then another course on how to automate it with AI for another $50,000, something like that. Folsom Hodel, please tell me you're joking. Your dentist asked you about Bitcoin this morning? Oh, no. Oh. Interesting. Are they a Bitcoiner? Are they somebody that's into Bitcoin? Or are they a normie? If they're a normie, that sounds like a really bad thing. But if they're a normie, they wouldn't be asking about it. So I don't know. Bitcoin's not doing anything. Has it bottomed? It's been bottomed since February. God. If we are following the same path as we have in the last bear market, no. We got, I'm always bullish. I'm a perma bull, but this entire cycle I've accepted, I've accepted that it doesn't make sense to expect a deviation from the cycle we've seen. It makes total sense that someday we won't have that cycle and we will deviate from that cycle, and that it'll be thrown out the window, and it obviously will leave everybody hanging and waiting and on the wrong side of the trade. But until we deviate from it, it just doesn't make sense. This doesn't make any sense. We've seen this rodeo. We've seen the merry-go-round go around and round and round and round, and as much as we would like it to turn the other direction suddenly, we're sick of like turning left. You want to turn right on the merry-go-round. Probably a bad bet. Probably a bad bet until maybe you see someone else make that right turn, and then we can be like, hey, this looks different. Until then, Bitcoin likely on the same trajectory. Looking for, a Q4 bottom? Saying the word bottom all the time makes me giggle. At least we have the small things in life. Another thing that I can say that makes me giggle. We're just on course. We're just doing kind of the thing we did back here. I'm ready. My soul is willing and ready to see this change. But nothing's changed yet. This is looking almost exactly the same. Right? We have this little leg above the previous high. Same thing as in 21 or previous low. Sorry, your low here, little leg, momentum leg, broke down. You have your little momentum leg above your previous low, broke down. I mean, if we are doing the exact same thing as last cycle, which is a weird bet, probably right about here, probably right in this area. Looking for a leg down. And then the good news would be that leg down is likely not the end, but it will bring us to a value very close to the bottom, right? We'd be here, we fall down, we see this June price action repeat. While it did take a long time to rally, it took another 200 days. That's why this is miserable. Price only moved about 12%, 10% lower. And that was with the FTX, all of the big BlockFi, Celsius, all of those big liquidations. It barely brought us lower. So if we're here, we've got a leg down, and then we're pretty much to the bottom. We're close to the bottom. We'll see the light. We can move up a good amount and still be in that pattern. I mean, 80K doesn't even get us close to being out of it. There's maybe an argument to be made if you break like 89, 98, you get to 100K again. Maybe we're not following the exact same thing. We have not seen a higher high in the bear market pattern. But until then, that's where we are. We need to be insider trade. We need to trade inside. We're on the we're outsider trading here. Here's the problem, guys. We've been outsider trading. We have to be insider trading. Yeah. So let's figure this out. I saw someone talk about Circle, or say Circle. It looks interesting. We can look at Circle. I know that Circle and not Hood, Coin. These crypto companies taking the L. We're nailing Coin with these trades, boys. Who was here for this? Who saw this? Who's been here for the last few months? Who saw the 150 to 210? Boom, now we're down to 184. We nailed it. We longed it, we reversed it, tweeted about it, shared it. Damn. It was getting sketchy here too with the retest of that high and holding your lows. Until literally yesterday, this was sketchy. Now this trade is locked in. Ugh. I was eating rice with chia seeds earlier. I think there's a chia seed in my nose. It's the only bad thing about chia seeds. They're great. If you have gut problems, if you have IBS, if you just feel, I don't know, if like you ever feel like your guts are putting you in a bad mood, or if you're just uncomfortable, try eating chia seeds. Most people don't have enough fiber in their diet. This stream brought to you by chia seeds, actually, and pecans. We are the only live streaming crypto channel, live trading channel, sponsored by pecans and chia seeds. Did you know that? Circle took the L because of compromise on Yields and Clarity Act. Well, Bones Jones, you tell me then, Bones Jones. You have the answer. You tell me if the reason... Oh, this is Coin, not Circle. I was going to say if the reason Coin fell was because of Clarity Act, blah, 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 then why or how did we trade it before? Damn. Say it about Coin so I can make that point. Suggest eating a pickle. I like pickles. They're pretty good. Endurance fuel, hell yeah. Chia seeds and flax, do it. Your guts are your second brains. You know, detox them. I believe that. I believe that, and I also believe that as we go, as time passes, we will see more and more science behind it. More and more science will say that our guts are, you know, they might even say it's like a brain, but that our guts and our brain are like yin and yang. Like you almost like can't have one without the other. Your guts is where like all of your dopamine is created. Oh, here we go. Circle. We were looking at this on Monday. We called the heavy short. Wow. On Monday, remember we were talking about the VWAP on Circle. I said, this is starting to look pretty good. You've broken resistance and it looked like you're flagging. And I was like, this might keep going. And then, I don't know what inspired it, but I whipped on the VWAP and boom. From day zero, the VWAP right here at the high from mid-March. And we said, no. Send it down. Boom. Right back to support 103. I wonder. Cashew boy. Well, the nuts are good, man. Eat the nuts. Eat the nut. Here's the thing, guys. If you live in the US, and even if you don't, all of the food we eat has the fiber removed from it. All the natural fiber. Like all processed food, like what they do is basically they just take the fiber out. You need fiber. Yeah. This stream brought to you by... I just have them by my desk. That's how much I eat these. Oh no. Chia seeds. See? Just chia seeds. You can put them in anything. You can put them on literally anything, and they don't really have a flavor. They have a texture. They're a little silky in texture, and then they're crunchy when you bite them. But the flavor doesn't really mess with anything. Like you can put it on yogurt. It's banging. You can put it on top of rice like I do. I put it on everything. Literally. You just put it on anything. And it's just like a very light kind of nutty flavor. It's good. So what you're doing is you're just adding back in that fiber. You need it. Also, you know, I wasn't even thinking about talking about this today. Real talk. I saw that men specifically under 45, they're seeing rising rates of colon cancer, whatever. That they didn't really see in the past in the same way. an important topic. It's becoming one of, let's say, quickly getting up there in the things that kill you list. Even at a young age. Got to take care of it. Got to add that fiber back in. If you don't add the fiber back in, you guys know I used to have IBS all the time, and it was like bad. It would impact my mood. Like I would feel like my gut, I don't even know how to describe it, but I'd feel my guts putting my head in a bad mood. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I struggled with it for a while. I started eating chia seeds every day. I haven't had any issues. There you go. I'm dropping it. Psilocybin and chia seeds. All right. When in Rome, my friend. Randy, that's kind of what I was thinking is, so the Clarity Act is just banks want to steal your Bitcoin with a little candle here. Clarity Act is Bitcoin. Banks want to steal your yield. They don't want us to be collecting yield outside of the banks, because if we collect yield without the bank, what is the bank doing? What are they offering us? How are they making money? And the answer is they're not offering us anything. If we can get yield without a bank, then why would we use the bank, or why would we use the institution? And so they don't want that to happen because they want to be the providers of that. And down the road, it'll just be, you have their assets, and maybe the bank even transfers their dollars into stable coins, and then they collect the yield and they don't give you the yield. That's what it's always about. It's always about not allowing us to build wealth and to escape kind of poverty, escape the system we're in. So F the Clarity Act. Throw it away. Get rid of it. I don't know how that would really impact Circle, because they still can have yield. Like they can still yield off the stable coins. Just wouldn't be able to, I don't know. They won't be able to pay yield in an account with your assets. Kind of like BlockFi and Celsius were. You guys remember those days, obviously, before it all fell apart? I was making so much money just with parked assets. And the first time in my life, I felt like I was getting rich, because my money was just making money. I was getting all so much. They don't want you to have that. They want you to get 0.03% a year while they pocket the rest of the market rate. That's what they want. That's all they want. Where am I getting? Where was I getting at? I was getting distracted. Circle, coin. Dude, that coin trade's fire, though. I don't think coin will hurt because of Clarity either. I think all of crypto might, but you put chia seeds in your bong water. Probably don't do that. But, I don't know. I probably won't hurt, so you can do it. You can do it if you want. Lagoons. Prostate cancer. That's what it is, Emma. Yes. I have chia seeds in my nose. I don't know how they got there. Yeah, and that's what Dexum is getting at it. That's also what I was saying is basically it's not that those yields don't exist, it's that you don't get them. And so the Clarity Act it's not for you. It's not for us. Tesla coming back down. 358 entry. If you think it's going back to all-time high, it's not a terrible bet. Support at 350, 360. I've never taken flaxseed. Flaxseed lower testosterone? Interesting. What about chia seeds, Zach? Don't talk shit on my chia. Banks are where that yield would create a loss in holders. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the question is, what are they doing for you? If you don't need them to hold your assets, which you don't in crypto, and you don't need them for yield, even though, I'm really giving you yield anyway, then what are they for? They're trying to protect themselves, not trying to help up. What's up, the NA, my guy? Thanks for subscribing. Be like this guy. Be like this person. Subscribe. We're chilling. We're insider trading here. We're calling up Nancy Pelosi. What's Nancy Pelosi's husband's name? Calling him up, asking him for the tips. I don't know. We're working a plan. We're brainstorming it. We're gonna get there. We're Close. I can feel it. I just gotta maybe run for office. Yes, space lasers. Absolutely space lasers. Clarity Act, July 4th. What about April 1st? April 1st, something weird's gonna happen, guys. Something happens every goddamn day now. So something really weird is gonna happen April 1st. Mark my words. Mark it. I do what you want. Tom's not your dad. Well, Crypto Steve-O, that might not be true. It might be. You never know. You're earning enough yield? Where are you getting that yield from, Randy? Bro, before the collapse, I was making so much just parking assets in BlockFi and Celsius and whole whatever, Lendon. I was making bank. So, and like something I want to rant about for 1 second is the problem with those platforms. A big problem. So actually, let me start this way. The issue was not the concept. The concept is not inherently self-imploding in that way. You can offer yield on assets sitting there, obviously, if revenue is being generated from those assets. That's the point. That is not inherently broken. What was broken is all of them ended up getting in bed with FTX, and FTX, like, they ended up being insolvent at some point without FTX's money, etc. And on top of that, they were playing pretty much like a Ponzi-ish game with each other, in my opinion. This is my understanding, at least, where they would someone would set a rate for like stables, and I remember because I used to move my shit around too to chase it. And so let's say I offer 10%, and then, you know, the other guy offers 11%. Well, a huge amount of money goes over there to the 11%. Now I have to compete, and I put my percent up by 11.5. You come over here, and they get 11.6, and they just kept doing that back and forth. And the yield was higher than what they were capable of generating with it. That's the problem. So what I'm getting at is there's potentially a future where we can have that back, but we're going to get like 10, 20, 20% or something on stablecoins. Like, that's not going to happen. Or if it does happen, it's certainly going to collapse the same way we saw. But this concept can exist, and it can come back, and it can run smoothly without issue. It can. We just can't let them get in with bad actors, and we can't have the yields chase into infinity. But like, the concept can happen. That was the richest I ever felt in my life, guys. I remember every month, it was covering my rent. It was covering like just passive yield, just covering it. That's how rich people live. Like, that's how you get wealthy. If your money generating money for you. Fresh, this froze. We should all get healthy. That's the ultimate revenge. Let's get healthy. You drink the bomb. Be careful, it's a trap. April Fools, don't believe anything. That's why something is gonna happen, bro, because no one will believe anything. What's up, Aussie? You don't need no banks. Exactly. You don't need them. Well, every day we need them less. That's for sure. What's up, Alex? 7%. That does seem high. But if the rate is variable, then the rate can be high at times and be low at times. Mr. Peach, how are you? Welcome. What's up, Rex? Clarity Act is lose-lose. I mean, it's not. It's got no W's for us. Do you think 75K Bitcoin can come? Yeah, it could happen today. Yeah, it's not unreasonable. It's not crazy. We got some nice little momentum VWAP money flow signals over here. I'm not hating this. Momentum catching at the zero line, little reversal. Let's actually jump to this one. Looking on the weekly, we're still just painting an inside candle. With very little volume, we can get back to 72.8. Very little. 67.8 weekly open. Here we go. Batatan. Here we are. 72.8. Last week's open, real easy. Zooming in. This is kind of juicy. Look at this. Bearish order block down, bullish order block up. Close above 71K today. You look good. 74.3. I like 72.8. Juicy. Well, guys, we're gonna have to change our emotes up here. I am realizing this. We only have one more Chirpow. Probably won't have like 10 Chirpow emotes if we only have one more Chirpow left. Also, it's also time to get rid of, we have all these coin emotes that like just nobody uses. Like we got freaking Hex and Link and XRP and Shiba, Litecoin. We got a lot of these links. Oh look, I forgot we have an emoji that has basically the thumbnail on it here. Oh, Gina's never going anywhere. We're gonna have one Chirpow. We're gonna have the Gina. It's never going anywhere. What's up? It's Charlie. How are you? Tuning in for the tickers, are you? Which ticker are you looking at? Tau has been hot. Yeah, let's look at Tau. I know I was talking about a short. It did reverse when I was talking about a short. It did. But in the last 3 days, obviously, it has pumped. Do also remember talking about this, saying this is a little sketchier on the short here with this very clean test. Higher low, breakout. Measured move right there. 370. Measured move, 370. I mean, this nice looking chart with this move. You have Confluence up there at the 370 level. We've already tapped it today. Our size kind of nice there too. Market cipher kind of nice here. I can see this. Could see something like that. You have not tested your descending trend. Could mean there's some more upside on it. I caution everyone against getting into the frenzy. Thinking, this is going to go to all-time high now. Not by itself. Probably not alone. Though, we saw Monero do it. Maybe. I don't think so. Still below the descending trend line. At current price, that's like just under 500. It's not a bad target. I'm going to say the same thing as I said when we looked at it last time. Honestly, it's probably a short. I know that this short got stopped out, but the short did play. It's not as if it got blasted through, right? It did play. Yeah, 15%. Take profit was just too much. It's so hard to long something like this. You're right at all the measured moves from right here. Maybe you look forward 280, 286 as an entry. You can see something like that. That would be strong. If you just rip up from here, 500, 488, up at the descending trend line. It's a target. If it does rip up from here, I think I might even open a short at like 470. That'd be juice. What, 618? I want to get excited about coins, like especially when they look strong. Like I want to. Every part of me wants to. But we just keep seeing this. We keep seeing the same song and dance. Like, you know, let's go to one of my favorite examples. I was talking shit about 𝐬𝐶 earlier. Here's one of my favorite examples, right? Like even Monero. I mean, even still here, it looks like this looks pretty strong. But you blasted all-time high. And what happened? Right back down. And this is like even more compelling is that this broke all-time high. It's not just like chilling under, you know, under resistance, like making moves in kind of illiquid areas. This is broke all-time high. And then the market is just saying there's no buyers here. There's not enough. Even with whatever limited liquidity to this, like selling up here there was. Right back down. Now I say that Monero, like this looks terrible here. It looks like it wants to leg down. But it is holding here. Could be worse. I wouldn't bet up on that though. But there's an example that, you know, I was watching, we were calling for, came out of nowhere, but came right back down. And it's just so difficult to be like, yeah, this, you know, because this chart looks strong, the day looks good. You broke to a higher high. You're breaking out now. But where are you going? Like 500 maybe? Damn, look at that. That's spicy. 200 day was right there. Yeah, I think this is how I would potentially play it. I look for a short here. If I had to go short or long, I would look for a short at say just under 500, but I would look for a long right here. As the 200 paints, price retrace 285 ish. I think that could be a nice play. I can't wait for everything to just go up again. Could we do that? Dang, look at that week. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, but it also does still sell. It sells the entry at 285. Maybe I'll take a position there. I don't think I own any of this. Who here owns this? Anybody? Let's close about 122 today. Taxes are due. That's a good idea. Let's do that. You guys, can we just all agree? Can we just do like, can we just like close it like 120k? It's not that big. It's not that much. Ah, Asian Gina. Charlie. D-Lo, you put every penny into Doge at 5 cents. You're a madman. Absolute madman. Yeah, I do like Tao's chart. I want it to rip. I'm just jaded, bro. I want it to rip. Just not ready to love yet, you know? I've been hurt. It's not ready to love, crypto. It's a nice breakout. I'll be monitoring it. You better believe it. I'll be keeping an eye. You get some lunch. How is the Bitcoin of AI? Steve-O, Tao don't do shit with AI. Let's be real. None of these things do shit with AI. Is the AI on the blockchain? It's on the blockchain. I can't trust something in crypto that like presents or even tries to sell itself as AI. Because how many times have you heard that? Until AI is like coded into the blockchain, which doesn't make any sense. It may never actually happen. Like a decentralized network may never see like a language model like that in it, because it would just be incredibly inefficient. Maybe never. Never is a terrible word. I won't say never. Maybe it may never in our lifetime for sure. Oil. Shake up. I didn't see that coming. Rent. How could you do this to us, Joe Biden? How could you do this to us? Down. Didn't fill the gap. It's still like a flag. I don't know how you could be bearish on oil, though. $82, $84. They're still shorting. That's right. Budman and the throbbing. And the throbbing. Tau fundamentals are very strong. I don't know the fundamentals. I don't know the fundamentals, but man, I've just heard all these things all the time. Just all the time. You guys remember when ZEC fundamentals were strong? When ZEC was the new Bitcoin? No, went down 74% since then, since November of last year. If it doesn't go down anymore, it looks okay. But something tells me there's orders to fill at like $50. You just gotta be careful. People get swept away. You know, it's like number go up and all of a sudden there's good things to say. Yeah, just seen it play out the same way over and over and over again. FET is actually interesting here. I don't know who was yelling about it here the other day, but FET did just break a high. Something it didn't really seem capable of doing for a while. Broke a high. 25 cents. I ain't touching this shit. Doge at 5 cents. You're still up 2x if you had Doge at 5 cents. If Doge doesn't break, if it doesn't go up from here, it's going back to 5 cents. We got music. I'm scared, bro. I'm tired. I'm not even scared. I'm tired. What is up with these people talking about Tau now? What is it? I mean, these are people who are here. Nate, or not Nate, Bones Jones. Like these are people who are here. It's not just like random bots. Yeah. Tau BTC. That's not bad. Higher high. It's not bad. Snow to bed. Long way to go, but it's not bad. The biggest thing for me actually is that Tau, this wick didn't bring it to like all-time low. You still were lower back here. Well, let's look to the upside for resistance on Tau BTC then. Boop. Probably gonna modify these, but just here we go. It did all right. It did break its big one, 4.4. I like this 7. You can have room. You can have room on the Bitcoin pair. Yeah, it's nice. This is probably a solid place to look. 4.4, which is, I think, actually like 0.00004.4 or something. Like 11% of next resistance. That RSI is nice. It's a nice RSI. It's nice and bully. Market cipher B, nice and bully. Yeah, I can see this having more upside. More upside also does kind of fit in line with what we're saying about the USD pair. I said I'm closer to a short than a long. But, what is this, like just under 500? Probably the better spot. We had 11% on Bitcoin, 25% on USD. Okay. Yeah. Why did that? Cologne. Okay. Do it like that. 462. Interesting. Interesting, because I didn't imagine that much was gaining on Bitcoin right now. That's because Bitcoin dominance hasn't been moving. What about render? Oh god. VVV. We've looked at VVV. And dominance. Dominance is just so unuseful lately. Looking handsome. Oh, thank you, Alexandra. Appreciate you. I need those compliments. I need them. Yeah, VVV. Flagging out. I'd still want 473. But a nice little bull flag. Painted the pole. Painted the flag. Nice green day here. Still in trend. Doesn't look bad. The AI Tom and thumbnail? That's not AI at all. That's just an old picture. Rendered it. Bitcoin, it do be king. Aren't the Tau guys the same behind 𝐂𝐻 and 𝐧? Well, 𝐂𝐻, that was a fork. That was a fork. I don't know though. Hi, what's up, Mark? Tau is up, so people are talking. Thank you, King Peasant. Thank you. It's like when you do this all the time, like every day, it's incredibly like consistent. Am I going to the Bitcoin conference? Probably not, actually. Damn, looking good. Probably not. I'm pretty sure it's at the end of April, right? When is it? It's the end of April, I believe, and the 27th to 29th. And okay, it's April 27th to 29th. Here's the reasons I'm not going. I'll just say I'm not going to go. One, it's in Vegas. I don't like Vegas. Stop having it in Vegas. It's expensive. It's shitty. I don't want to go there. I don't like Vegas. Bring it back to Miami. Bring it back to Miami. Number two. It is the 27th to 29th. So the FOMC, 𝐿 last FOMC is the 29th. I am missing the last 𝐿 for Bitcoin conference. Reason three, they've just gotten progressively lamer, and they've gotten like way more political, especially over the last like 2 years, like Nashville and then last year in Vegas. Way more political. They've gotten way less what I liked about them, which is they were more kind of like community. It was less like corporate feeling. It was more like retail feeling. All of the sponsors and all the booths and everything, it's just like mining companies and like weird shit that I think it doesn't really like have any relation to me. On top of all of that, the Bitcoin conference used to be like really cool with me. They used to give me a free whale pass to come, and in the last year they changed people, and like I said, got way more corporate, and like it just I didn't like the way they treated me. They didn't want to give me a whale pass. They want me to pay 10 grand for it. And I'm like, but I'm a person that you like, people like would want to like talk to in those sections, like that what they would like maybe look for there. And they like had all these weird KPIs and things. They're like, sell all these tickets, and they were like really pressury and pushy about it. and they want all these things. And at the end of the day, they give away like half of all of the tickets are just free. So how are you supposed to make sales? Especially because they're like $1,000 a piece or something crazy just for like a regular ticket. It's like, how are you going to make sales? You give all of them away. If they're free, no one's going to buy them because they're free. And so I don't like the whole interaction. I don't like the, like, kind of the way they treated me and changed the way they treated me over the years. Yeah. You know, not that many channels like us have remained, you know, Bitcoin maxi. And not, I don't know, we didn't scam anybody. We're not grifting. We never did paid promotions for projects and shit. Yeah, there's a bunch of reasons. They were really pushy, dude. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it. So there, for these reasons and more, probably not. You think Tal will 1/10 the market cap of Bitcoin? You're making me. You guys are making me more bearish on Tal. You're making me bearish on Tal with these talks. Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to ZEC at 10,000. I'm having flashbacks of silver to 500. Where is this thing? Where are you, Tal? Bitcoin's market cap is 1.4 trillion. So 150 billion is the market cap for 1/10. That's not as crazy as it sounds. It's currently at 3.5. So that would be about a 50x. So you're looking for 15 grand, 15,000 on them. Actually, looking for way more than that. Because only half the supply is out. If half the supply is out, and you're looking for, well, I'm getting into it. I mean, go for it. You know, you believe in it, go for it. Yeah, nothing's stopping you. Just as I've warned about everything, that just about everything. It's no different. Just be careful. It is dangerous to put all of your eggs in one basket, especially when it comes to altcoins. We played this game. This is a perfect rut trade. Russell 2000 called the decline. Backtest 2004 60. Looking for the bounce. What's going on in investing.com? Is there anything good going on in the world? No. But that's okay. I just don't. I got my picture taken of the Winklevoss twins too. The Winklevoss giants is what we should call them, dude. They're both like 6'5". They're crazy tall. I've gone to every single Bitcoin conference since like 2020. 5 in a row. Meh. The only reasons I would want to go is like, yeah, to see people I know, like to see Randy, to see the Altcoin twins, to see Wendy. But even the people that I want to see, like that group is shrinking. You know? Stocks higher de-escalation hopes. What is even up today? Very little. 1% across the board. Copper is up 2%. Bonds are down. Nvidia is up. Apple's up. Tesla's up. Amazon's up. Did I go to the Trump one? Yeah. I did. What a boring time. It was just like he spoke for like ever, and it was so boring. Like, wasn't really about even like crypto. Some of it was. Anthropic. You guys own Anthropic? Your portfolio is green today because two governments agreed to pretend they're negotiating. I mean, really, because one man is pretending to negotiate. That's what it is, but yes. We're all cooked. It's like the whole world is bored today. There's nothing going on. Breaking news. Kinder Morgan's up. U.S. brings back $100 million in gold from Venezuela. What happens? Like, I genuinely don't know what this means. Like, where does the gold go? Who owns it? Where does the money go? JetBlue, a family of 2 for 50 quid. What? JetBlue. That's the only thing I know about JetBlue. They shut down Sora. They're shutting down Sora, the video slop creator. Amen. Good riddance. Vance is going to travel to Pakistan for Iran talks. Okay. Did you guys hear? I don't know how true it is, so I'm curious if you guys have heard it or what you think. I read something yesterday that the U.S. was paying a French company like $1 billion to either break their contract or something to build wind power. Was it just like propaganda? What was that? I've been to the Litecoin conference too. Probably saw you there. Anthropic isn't public yet. Fair. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but dude, you just can't believe anything anymore. Like, we used to have some level of credibility to like information. I'll tell you right now, the biggest use case for crypto in the future isn't what you think it is. It's going to be verifying information. We typically use crypto to verify transactions, to count as a ledger of transactions, a verifiable history. We're going to use it in the future, even if you and I don't as humans. AI is going to use blockchains in the future to verify information. So the AI isn't going to run on the blockchain. It's not going to be a coin. The AI won't need a coin to do these things. But it will look at these ledgers, and there'll be ledgers of information, and it will reference them, and it will use that as like an anchor for information validity. And it's been obvious to me for a long time that this is the direction it would go. And it was even, honestly, before I knew about crypto and AI, it was still apparent that this was going to happen in some way, that we needed some kind of source to verify information, because we have been in an information crisis almost since the dawn of the internet. Information and quality of information, and the quantity, most importantly, is on a one way, like a single direction towards chaos. There's now, with like slop being generated, there's infinitely more information all the time, and it's largely being built on top of each other. And what's the solution? It's a really hard question. The solution is a verifiable chain, verifiable history. Now, there's a lot of questions that go into there. I'm not going to say I have all the answers. Who decides what is correct? These are all questions we're coming into in the modern age right now. But it is apparent that is how AI will use blockchain. Irene person. Oh my God. I think I nailed it today. Twitter didn't really love this post, I don't think. Nope. Twitter's algorithm blows. Here you go. Live talks with Iran. Live negotiations are going on right now, guys. This is actually Donald Trump in real time. This is a live video talking to Iran. Trump was yelling about some big gift. What is this big gift? Oh, Iran gave us a big gift. Give us a very expensive gift. What are you talking about? What's the ticker, baby? I don't know. What is the ticker? Happy Wednesday, Alex Wells. Good to see you, man. What's up, Dinkles? Tokenized words? Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe we start by tokenizing Wikipedia. And when I say tokenize, we don't need tokens for this, guys. AI does not need a token. Yeah, you don't need tokens like verifies things. You need tokens for like transactions, not just to look at a public blockchain. But any blockchain technically could do it. The biggest question is just how you know, where do you start? How do you decide what information is correct? Oh God, what is this? This looks ruggy. Turn my autoplay off. I noticed I can't turn my autoplay off anymore. There isn't that button anymore. Because this is about to end and I don't want it to just like start spamming copyrighted music. Let's do this one. Got lost in my thought. What's up, sons? Fed and Link. Sure. Appreciate your super chat, brother. Been a bit. I haven't really been doing super chats. Wait. Why is this not the... What is this? Uniswap. What's up, Eggs? Eggs Denny. Man, I will give this to Link in the community. I'm impressed that there's still people still asking about Link, still interested in it. You know, that does to me prove some kind of community, and community is one of the actual values, I'd say, in crypto. One of the legitimate values is it's interesting. Link against Bitcoin held low against June. Looks like it's going to test the trend. 28%. I don't know what that white line's for, so I don't know why I'm measuring 28%. 0.5 retrace. Yeah, I can see an upside move. BTC pair. Money flow rolling over. Interesting. I am starting to notice more pairs, more Bitcoin pairs on alts, looking a little bullish. God, I do not like that though. I don't love this, being real. I don't, this looks like Bitcoin obviously, but this do not love the USD here. Bitcoin pair though has some potential room, but I don't like this. Sending channel. Let's look at it zoomed out. Maybe we're too zoomed in. Has a pretty rough close last month. Not great that you lost 950. Link continues lower, like $6 is support. 5 is the number you never want to see it revisit. Don't really see much going on in the month. Okay. You did test last week's open. 950. You want to see trading above 950 for Link. Momentum on MACD is waning. Selling pressure is waning off. Slowing down. 200 week moving average. Pretty high above price actually at 1240. If we see this resolve, if we don't see a breakdown from the ascending channel, let's say you get a close above 950 on Link for the week, 1250 to that 200 week moving average is the play. You lost it. Moving back to test it, even if you're going to reject and go lower, is likely the play. I guess I'll kind of reading into the Link BTC pair. This is my real kind of pro tip on Link. Watch its BTC pair. We've seen some others break out, but watch its Bitcoin pair. If you see the Bitcoin pair break, if you see the trend break, you're likely looking for that move on the USD pair. There's a good amount of room for this to potentially move with very little resistance, like 30% to the upside. 30% would bring you to the 200 week. Yeah, there you go. I've been holding Link for decades, bro. I've been holding Litecoin for almost a decade. I came to that realization today. Not a good realization. Almost a decade. Fed is also up against Bitcoin in the month. I don't know why I'm doing this here. That does not look good. Fed versus Bitcoin looks bad. Hit all-time low in October of last year. I mean, a lot of red candles, a lot of inefficiency on the way down. Inefficiency on the way down can sometimes be your friend on the way up. Just makes me wonder when like an alt season would fit into anything that we're seeing. You know, it's like, are we going to see Bitcoin have like a dead cat bounce where we move back up to highs, like close to, you know, like 100K-ish close? And altcoins have like kind of like an alt season-y jump and they just, you know, make big moves to the upside and then fade. Or, you know, or at the end, I don't know. It just, when does it fit in? I'm not sure. Not sure I have the answer. This does not look stellar. Lots of things made lower. What's up, Hendrik? Last bear link went sideways for 75 weeks. Well, the cool thing, so like some of my first memories of Link were in the bear market in like 2018. And I don't remember like anything else doing this like maybe ever again. But throughout the entire bear market, maybe it was the timing of Link, I don't know. So the entire bear market of 17 until like the bottom, like August of 2020, until like the bottom COVID crash, Link gained against Bitcoin. It gained against Bitcoin. This is probably why people really still follow it, like 18,000%. The problem is that then it never went back up. It never resumed an uptrend. It never managed to like get that mojo back. We had some really good calls here, but this separated it. I can't overstate how unusual that was. Never, I can't name another chart that did anything like that. That just through the whole bear market, chugged up, gained value. And then as soon as the bear market was over, it reversed and gave back its gains. And this was along the time where virtually all the other coins were going up against Bitcoin, like 2021. Right, 21? 21. I don't know. All right. I appreciate you though, my friend. Thank you for the 10. I don't know how long I spent looking at those. I was gonna look at Siren, whatever the heck this is. Stellar. There's a name I haven't heard. Can't believe there's still Stellar fans either. You know, I say that, and then yeah, I got my Litecoin. I get it. When you're a fan of something, it whether by choice or by force, you don't care about the price action as much. Whether it's because you're just stuck in it or not. What is this shit? What is this? This feels like a scam. This feels like a big old rug waiting to happen. Haven't heard anyone talk about it. I'm positive I'll hear people talk about it with like when or if it breaks $4 or $5 here. Positive we'll hear people talk about it. This has been moving. I love how new coins don't have Bitcoin pairs now. They just don't trade it. Ah, this is the chart. Okay, this is the chart, because I was like, dude, I know I saw this chart on Twitter, and it didn't look like... Wait, what just happened there? Wait, what? Oh, that's legit. That's legit just the pair. Wow. This looks kind of effed. This looks a little effed. I actually, now looking at the Bitcoin pair, and this is maybe a value of the Bitcoin pair. This is definitely leaning me in the direction of like, this is maybe is not going to break higher. That's pretty rough. I don't trust this at all. I don't trust it. It's just weird that I haven't heard like a frenzy about it, you know? Like it closed 150% on Sunday, and I haven't heard any frenzy. I guess it cooled off quickly with this minus 60% candle on Tuesday. You see that back here, 185%, 65% down. Scammy Binance meme coin. Hopefully we've all learned our lesson. I heard about it on X2. Same. The Bitcoin pair makes me think it's not going to break higher. That is probably cooked. F is the... No. Meme core. How are we still buying this shit? Fuck is meme core? $3. 120. Do the moon math. 520. 730. Looks like it's gonna retest $3. I need a beard cut. I need to go to a barber. Get this shaped up. What is this shit? It's another scammy coin. I don't know how people are still buying them. I don't know how we're still falling for the same old. Because, bro, if you would have bought it the first day when it went down, bajillion percent. If you would have bought it the first day, you'd be up 1,000,000,000%. Okay. Probably. Sure. Tau is the third biggest gainer in the top 300 today. That's why people are looking at it. Render. That's why someone asked for Render, I'm sure. Stellar. What is up for the week? Tau. Bet. This is kind of weird looking chart though. 40% today. Alright, we'll see what happens at 3. Break 3, got 4, 30, 520, 745. God, markets, do something. Someone poke it with a stick. Are you alive, markets? Ethereum. Oh, man. Oh, man. This time it's different, babe. What's up, Judge Bibbles? Well, guys, yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Guys, I'm moving. I'll be in a new house by this time next week. By next Wednesday's stream, I'll be in my new house. Yeah, I know, man. I know, Tillin. You won't like its reaction to being poked. This time next week, I'll be in a new house. Let's go. I'll be moving all kinds of crap over there today like it was yesterday and today and tomorrow and the next day. We're going to wrap this one up, though. I appreciate you tuning in. We're going to keep covering it. We're going to keep being here. You're going to keep tuning in, hopefully. That's right. We're doing insider trading from now on. Remember, brainstorm ideas. That's your homework. Figure out how we're going to do this. We need all the best ideas. We're going to bring them together. We're going to all be bajillionaires. That's the plan. All right. I love you all.